Hello everybody, this is Feeks, and welcome back to the Limelight server. So, we're back at our base here. Got a fair bit of progress going on. Oh, by fire. Let's go ahead and climb up on our beacon here. And, yeah, so I added a few things here. It looks a lot better than where we had it last when we saw it last episode. Still working on a few things, or a lot of things actually, but it's actually not at a bad spot to show it off. So let's go up our path here. Definitely a work in progress on this for sure, but it's a path nonetheless. I put in this little bridge. It's okay. It's a bridge, but yeah, it is what it is. But and we have it going over the little river here, which I also added. I guess I had to dig down a little bit, but this was essentially already here. Um, so yeah, now we have a purpose. I didn't want to just get rid of the water. It kind of adds a little feature, so it's a little boring though. We gotta spice that up, but for now, looks pretty good. So entrance also needs a little bit of work. So let's just move on, okay? Oh, this needs a lot of work yet. But yeah, we go inside, and this building is going to be our storage room. So that's basically its full purpose. It's just going to be storage. So this is what we got so far. Plain Jane chest right now. Nothing special, nothing fancy. That's going to be kind of the idea for most quick items like wood and stone and all that kind of stuff. Big bulk items. But the big thing that we're going to put in is going to be right here. This center piece is going to be a shulker sorting system. And that's going to be for the more unique items, I guess. Things that we're going to be using a lot, like maybe slime balls, for example. Needing pistons or something. Doesn't necessarily need its own chest, but if we throw a slime ball into the shulker system, it'll locate a shulker with slime balls and it'll bring it to us. Uh, and that's basically the idea of it. Nothing revolutionary, but I'm going to try and design one on my own. I'll get an idea of how they work by looking at some tutorials, but I basically want to design my own and see how that turns out. But that will be going there. And then basically the rest of these, like each one of these is going to be chest for quick bulk items. And then if you look below here, we have dug it out. That took a quite a bit of time. That's why we have the beacon out there. But we got it all dug out now. And this is going to be purely cosmetic down here. We're not going to go down there or anything. I'm thinking of putting in like a waterfall in the corner and then basically have like a little river that and I kind of want some tiers and stuff like that kind of go down, and then it'll end on like a little lake here, or maybe it'll be in the middle and we'll have waterfalls on each side, or maybe we'll have a waterfall in this middle. I don't know exactly yet, but that's what's gonna go down there. So we have a nice view of something when we're up here in our storage room. So other than that, not a whole lot of detailing yet. Just getting the structure together. I like how it's turning out so far, so hopefully you guys do too. But anyway, let's go ahead and fly out of our balcony here. And yeah, so today I want to work on our spider spawners. We have a huge opportunity down here with an pretty much exposed mine shaft over a lava lake. And it's got, amazingly, 4 spider spawners right next to each other. And should be able to get them all to trigger if I'm standing somewhere around there. And then we could have a quad spider spawner. And I want to turn it into like a drop farm, and that can be toggled between drops and XP. And then we'll see how that turns out. But first we gotta get all this lit up, so I don't want a creeper to jump on the spawner and then blow it up. That would be a real shame. Um, but yeah, that's what the plans are, and I have nothing designed. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm thinking about basically simply just have them drop onto a Sculk catalyst, and we'll have a cobblestone generator, or maybe a couple of them, or something like that. That'll push the Sculk out of the way and everything, and then yeah, we'll just explode it whenever we want levels. That's kind of the idea. I don't know. We got to do something with this though. This is a pretty unique opportunity. So I'm gonna work on that. Now Slappa and Indy went through and revamped our nether portals, or at least the ones at the shopping district, and I really want to go check that out. Should be about wrapped up, so let's go check that out, and then we'll check back in here. Alright guys, so we're back at the shopping district here, and we're getting ready to go check out that new portal entrance. So, yeah, I guess last episode, I believe it was, we had just introduced that giant angel statue there, and that thing was awesome. It was huge, detailed, looked great. The issue was the functionality of it wasn't great. You'd always get stuck on stuff, and then it didn't really fit with a theme of any type over here, which I guess there really isn't much of a theme, but it just really stood out. So we as a group decided to try and make something a little more, I guess, fitting. And Slappa and Indy made this right here. It's a theater, and it's basically like the overworld nether hub. So you can see the portal right there. But yeah, I have not checked this thing out yet. It's huge for another. What? Hold on a second here. But anyway, yeah, this thing is huge. So let's go check it out real quick. Let's go up here first. So I don't really know if there's any other purpose to this other than just being a nether hub. Like, I'm not sure if we're gonna do stuff here as a community or what. But yeah, look at this. It's got a stand, a stage. Oh, wow, that's a lot of beehives. But yeah, um, yeah, this thing is pretty awesome. It's a great build. I've never really seen anything quite like it. I definitely like it though. It's very unique. So anyway, let's go check out downstairs real quick. Looks like this, and we'll go on to the little stage area. I don't think there's much more to it than that. Oh, what's this? I heard something. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's just the stage and then the portal. So, and I don't think these will lead to anything just yet. So, yeah. Anyway, that's a great build. It's I know it's still got some fine tuning to be done around. I think there's you know, they're gonna put paths here and stuff like that to kind of flesh it out a little bit better. But overall, I think this is way better than what we had. A lot more user friendly. So I don't know. I'm a fan. So the only other issue is once we go through that portal, there's not really anything there but but a barren wasteland on top of the nether. So I want to do something about that. We got to go through and make something a little more you know, I guess user friendly on that side. So I have kind of an idea already laid out, and it shouldn't take us too long to build. So we'll go ahead and take care of that, and kind of get like a little ice highway going, and then we'll head back to our base. So anyway, let's check out the nether. Alright, so I can't say it enough. That new portal area is awesome. It's amazing. Looks great. So good job to those guys. Unfortunately, when you go through the portal, this is kind of what you're greeted with. Barren wasteland. And everything's kind of just scattered everywhere. So, I went through and designed a new central hub spot for the portals. So we can kind of get this a little better organized. And I'm going to go through and do that. I actually got all the materials and stuff. Most of them should be mostly what we need right there. And we're not going to make this based off of the shopping district portal. It's going to be based off of 0, 0. So we're going to start the portal here. And essentially we're just going to have 4 portals in a like little square box, and then we'll go from there. But I'm going to do a quick time lapse of that, and we'll see how that turns out. Alright guys, so we got the hub started. Definitely not completed, but a good bit of it's done. I actually went through and made all of these ice highways 1,000 blocks. Like each one's 1,000 blocks in each direction. And it's all blue ice. So yeah, that took quite a while to collect. I still got to get the walls in and everything else down, but the ice highway is there. So, like I said, not finished, but this is as far as we're gonna get to it on in this episode. I'll work on it as time progresses there, but yeah. And then this isn't it. If we go through the portal here, we end up here. This is above spawn, so now anytime if someone dies, doesn't have a bed, or someone spawns in fresh to the world, they'll end up spawning up here. So what this does is it allows them quick access to the nether, so they can get basically anywhere in the world pretty quick now that we have the ice highway system. And then we also have the shopping district right there. So pretty nice. And then if you notice, you could jump off, land in the water, but if you haven't noticed, I have these dispensers all around. Basically each section has one, and as you walk over that, you get a slow falling potion. There you go. So we can just float all the way down to the district, which is a little interesting because there's a bunch of mobs down there now. Thankfully I have a elytra on. But yeah, you can just quickly walk over those. I was trying to figure out how we're gonna refill them. Obviously we'd want some type of chest or something, but with it being glass, I don't know how to make it really look good. So I'll figure that out. And then the other thing too is this isn't fully finished either. This is actually, oh, well, it's gonna take me forever to get down there now. But if we go down this way, it's just clear glass right now, but I'm actually gonna change that into the Limelight logo. I've been working on it. I need to get a lot more dye and everything for that, but yeah, hopefully by next episode we'll have that completely finished up. What was that? Oh, there's a shulker down here. That's interesting. Huh. Well, anyway, yeah, so when you look up, you'll see the Limelight logo. And then the other thing too is I want to get a beacon to go in the center of the pillar there. So we'll get all that stuff around, but that's enough with all this nether stuff. Let's get back to our project. Welcome back, guys. We are making it back into our beautiful home, and yeah, I spent a ton of time getting this farm ready. Ouch. Ready to go, and it's finished. It is beautiful. So I was gonna do another time lapse of it, of me lighting everything up, but definitely spent a lot of time at that nether section, so didn't want to do another time lapse of this stuff. But this is it. So unfortunately, we were only able to get 3 spawners to activate at a time. So I want these 3. If we come over here, this one was just too far away to get the 4th one to activate. And there's actually a 5th one over here. Right there. So if there was a way to move these spawners, we'd be in business. This one was like, I don't know, it was only like 3 or 4 blocks away from being able to be activated, to where I could activate all 4 of them at once. So this is where I am. I just stand here and I can get all of them activated. And what's even crazier is there's another spawner, a skelly spawner right there. Man, there's just so many spawners right here. It's just a shame that they're so far away from each other. So I don't know. I wish I could do something with that one, but I think it's too far away to activate that spawner and a spider spawner or something. And I'm not sure if there's necessarily a point at that point. But anyway, let's go to this farm. So I did have a whole nother system in mind with this. I was gonna use skulk blocks and everything. But basically these spiders just spawn in. They fall to their death. They land on the carpet, and then a hopper minecart just goes back and forth picking up the string. And then that's kind of the dispensing system. I'll go down there in just a second. But yeah, originally I wanted to use Skulk. I wanted to have a Skulk catalyst in the center, have a um, cobblestone generator or a smoothstone generator because I don't think you can use cobblestone on it. Push and get converted into Skulk, and then I was gonna kind of get it pushed into a giant block, and then I could just mine it for uh, you know, XP. And then I could also have a string farm. I ended up just making this one a string farm, and that's maybe 30 minutes of AFKing with those 3 spawners activated. So, oh, that's interesting. But anyway, yeah. So let's go down here and check out this redstone real quick. I think this is it. So it was a little bit of a challenge building this over the lava, and I actually didn't destroy a single lava source block. I don't know why, but that was kind of a challenge of myself. So this clump of redstone is pretty confusing, I guess, but it's really not that bad. Basically, that's a dropper elevator. So whenever a string goes through, that will activate a dropper and it'll send everything up to that chest. And then this is relatively simple also. Basically, it just it detects an item going through there. If it does, it sends a signal to basically this redstone line, which triggers this observer. That's all it does. And then this is on 2 time delay to send off the minecarts. The tricky part of it, though, the reason why it's so complicated is because the tracks aren't equal length. This one's the shortest length. That one's the longest length. So let's just activate it real quick. So like we see it triggers them a little bit, and then it triggers them again to finally go off. They'll pick up all the string. They'll come back, and if there's any string, if it detects any of these signs to have a string, it'll launch them all at the same time again. And it'll basically just keep going back and forth to the minecarts until it no longer detects string. So if we just walk away from the farm, see it's got string, so it triggers them. And that should trigger them again once they're all unloaded. There it goes. And it'll send them again. So this next time, it shouldn't trigger because the spawners aren't activated. So that way this farm will only run if I'm in the range of the spawner. So I thought that was pretty clever. So when these guys come back, there shouldn't have been any string. Yeah, no string. And now they'll just sit here forever until I come back. And then the only thing that I have to do is just trigger this again. So I just got to have some way of triggering this redstone line, which should be pretty simple. I thought about just doing like a pressure plate and just, dropping a block of some kind down on it or something. But yeah, and then if I just trigger it, it'll launch all these again. So yeah, I thought it was pretty neat. But I did create something in a test world to kind of better illustrate my original plan of this was, and I still want to implement that in some way, but I think it's going to be more of a actual spawner system, like an actual mob spawner. So let me zip over there and kind of show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So we're here at in my creative world, and yeah, this is kind of what I had in mind originally. So we have the spawner up here, and then we're gonna be in range of it. The spiders would spawn, they would die, and then this smoothstone generator would convert the spiders into skulk, and then we could take the skulk blocks and push them into a giant block, basically. And then once we have that giant block, we would have either TNT blow it up, or we could just take a hoe and just quickly mine it all. And it was gonna be my source of like XP, just quick XP that was always there, basically on demand. The issue though, after I went through and designed it, like this whole thing would work. The problem is it's not really practical because I'd have to be in range of the spawners in order to fill this thing up. And after I went through and designed it, I was like, well, I'd rather it just be kind of passive, always filling up in the background, and then if I ever needed it, I could just use it. It would just always be full. So you can see him go again. And I believe if I break these and it gets room, it should automatically trigger to fill back up. Yep, see, yeah, there it goes. It's automatically filling back up. So like the whole system works. It can't get jammed. Everything works the way it's supposed to, the way I kind of envisioned it to. Because I had problems of it making cobblestone for a while there, and then I had problems of it, just jamming up. The pistons would get jammed and everything, and I got past all those complications, and now this works. If there's any blocks broken, it'll automatically start filling it back up again, and so on. So I got through all those complications. So this will work in the future now. So what I'm thinking, we're gonna go through our base and completely light up everything that we possibly can in the surrounding area, in the caves and everything. It's gonna be quite the undertaking, but if I can pull it off, I can build a mob spawner that just basically drops mobs to their death. And if we could do a similar system, that way it could be more controlled. I wouldn't have to do like an 8x8 section or 8x9 or whatever this is. I could really just do a 2x2 or 2x3 or something along those lines, and it'd be a lot easier to make into giant blocks. And then we can make it into a cube and then still have the same system. So I still want to go with this design. We're just going to implement it in a different way. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm sure someone else somewhere's done it, but I've never designed one. I haven't really seen anyone design one like it, so I wanted to do it, and I think we will. So let's swing back over to the Limelight server. Alright guys, well that's gonna have to do it for this episode. This has taken quite a long time to make, way longer than I care to admit. So we're gonna have to call it here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Nether hub. It's not completely done. We still got a lot of work to do on both sides, especially on this side. So hopefully I can get some more of that done between now and next episode. And let me know what you think about that spider spawner, the spider farm. But is there anything else we can do with it? If there's we still got to design the cosmetics of it. How we're gonna have like an AFK spot and make everything all nice, neat, and tidy, and all that stuff. So anyway, lots of work to be done, even though we did lots of work already. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming by and watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. See ya.